This is going to be the only video you're going to need to watch this year on how to build muscle. We're going to be covering the 3 key topics on how to build muscle. Firstly, through training. Secondary, through your diet and your supplements. And third, rest and recovery. So starting off with training, you want to be in the gym around 4 to 5 times per week. The actual split that you're doing, whether it's an upper lower or a push-pull legs, doesn't actually matter as much as consistently turning up to the gym. Well, some splits might scientifically show like 0.0001% more muscle growth. Yes, they may. You can look into it if you want, but it's not very necessary. As long as you pick a split that you can stick to, which is the key thing, a split that you enjoy doing, which means you'll stay consistent in the gym and you won't quit after a few months. Each session should only last between an hour and a half. You don't want to go over this, as at that point it's not as much about building muscle, it's more sort of cardio. And below this, you're not going to quite cause enough micro tears in your muscles to see real progress. During these workouts, you want to be hitting most of your sets to failure. After a few warm-up sets, obviously, making sure you don't injure yourself. Taking most of them to failure will allow you to cause most amount of micro tears in your muscle, which will be repaired during recovery, which we'll talk about a bit later on in this video. Ideally, you want to be hitting around 15 to 20 sets per muscle group each week. Now, if you're someone that can't go to the gym as often, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, this will be a little bit less, but don't worry, you'll still see loads of progress, just not as much if you're able to hit those higher amounts of sets for each muscle group a week. So as a little quick recap, that's 15 to 20 sets of each muscle, taking them to failure per week, and that will help you see the most muscle growth possible. On to diet and supplements. You want to be aiming to get around 0.81 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Now this is a simple calculation you can do. Just go step on a scale and find out how much you weigh in pounds, times this by 0.81, and that is how many grams of protein you need to be consuming per day. Now it might seem quite a lot, so that's where supplements such as protein powder can come in handy, but I do recommend trying to get your protein from mostly natural sources like chicken and steak and eggs. This is much more healthier and it's more protein rich, which means your body can absorb it a lot easier than these synthetic protein powders. But these protein powders are still very good for those of you that struggle to get your protein in on a daily basis. Your diet is going to change a lot depending on what your goals are, whether it's to build muscle or lose fat. There's very simple calculations you can do from this. You can go on many websites that are calorie calculators. You can put in your body weight, your height, your age, some other metrics, and it will calculate your base calories. Now this is the calories that you need to maintain weight. If you want to bulk up and build muscle quicker, you'll want to be eating 200 to 300 calories above this, and vice versa. If you want to lose weight, you want to be eating 200 to 300 calories less than this number. But it should say all of that on the website as well, and I'll link one of them down in the description of this video for you guys if you want to go check out how many calories you should be consuming. Another supplement I would highly recommend to teenagers especially is creatine, as this supplement is one of the most researched out there on the market. I can't tell you the exact scientific details on that, but if you want to go search up on that, you're more than welcome. There's plenty on the internet out there. Basically, creatine has many benefits of making your muscles look a lot fuller, feel stronger, and help rest and recovery quicker. It also has some links to brain cognitive function, showing people who are on creatine have become smarter. There's no real side effects to it. There has been some research on side effects that have been very minimal, but it's nothing that's going to affect you. Overall, it's very beneficial to you. Now, lastly, we finish on rest and recovery, which is arguably the most important factor of them all. Without proper rest and recovery, you're not going to build muscle. I hate to say it, but it's true. When you're resting, especially when you're sleeping, which is when your growth hormones are released and when protein synthesis occurs, which is the scientific name for when you're building muscle in your sleep. So getting proper sleep for a teenager, this is actually 10 hours. And for more developed adults, this is 7 to 8 hours. Making sure you get that amount of sleep at a good quality is essential for building muscle. As well, good quality sleep allows you to feel more energetic, which means you can put more effort into your next workout, which means you'll be able to train closer to failure, causing more of those micro tears to build more muscle. It all works in a loop. Good training, bad recovery, bad results. Bad training, good recovery, bad results. But good training and good recovery, insane results. So dial in your recovery. It's more important than your actual training. Make sure you're getting that hours of sleep per night. Turn your phone off at least an hour before bed. Don't eat or drink anything at least an hour before bed. You can have water half an hour before bed, but nothing else, no other sugary drinks or anything else other than water. This is because your body will be trying to digest these when you're sleeping, which means a lot of your energy will be spent on digesting instead of actually resting and recovering for the next day. I hope this guide was somewhat useful for you guys, gave you guys an insight on how to build good muscle in 2026. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe down below.